Remarks will now be made by the former commander, Colonel Cobb Lowe.
I cannot do like a general speaking without, I have to keep note. General and Miss Farrell, Colonel Brown, Commander and Miss Led, Colonel Doran, fellow commanders, Sergeant Major, and First Sergeant. Family, friends of the Fort Owen Dental Activity. 4 years here, and my, how time has flown. It seemed like yesterday that I stood up here and accepted the position from the command and the command of the dental activity from my good friend and mentor, Colonel George Hukau. The Bow family is so grateful of the Army leadership for letting us stay here for 4 years. Sergeant Major Lobo had told me I have 4 minutes, and that's max. So I'm going to make it brief. Colleague, you look magnificent, thank you. Father Joe, well, thank you for your spiritual guidance. It has been a pleasure seeing you every Sunday. We will miss your very thoughtful sermons. Y'all know that Chaplain Floyd can sing beautifully. And I think this is one of the criteria of the Chaplain Corps. General Sweetheart Farrell. Thank you for outstanding support and thanks for dreaming big and pushing hard. I have seen so many major improvements at Fort Owen in just a very short time. I know that you are going to place after you leave your indelible mark on Fort Owen. Colonel Retired Miss Farrell, thank you for being a strong advocate for our families. Now, you may not know this, but because the general was selected below the Joan for Brigadier General, so he may have to stay at Fort Owen a little longer, which is pretty good for Fort Owen. Colonel Doran, thanks for letting us do our job and giving us all the right tools and money to accomplish what we have. It could not have been done without your support. There has never been a time when we ask for money, personnel, or submit a proposal that we turn down. I'm grateful for your trust and confidence. Chief of Staff Colonel Brown, fellow commanders, Colonel Aguto, Bosley, Green, Kiefer, Pinkerton, you guys and gal were the dream team here, and I can say that I'm impressed with the dedication and professionalism you all display in everything you do. It makes me be proud to be on the same team. For the entire staff of the DENTAC, soldier, NCO, officer, civilian, and contractor, thanks for putting it all together and working as one team to make us a success. You know how I feel. I owe every success to you. Everyone here knows that in this military, there is a constant turnover of people and personality, many of whom I have worked closely with, the NCO, especially the senior NCO, my first sergeant, my battle buddy, Master Sergeant Newman, my OIC, Major Resenthal, Major Wezzo, NCOIC Staff Sergeant Hopkins, Sergeant Stephen. Thank you all for watching out for our soldiers and what you do and continue to do. Miss Gilda Gatte, who have passed away a couple of months ago, Miss Rhonda David, Linda Budos, Janet MacArthur, Michelle Graham, Charles Kim, T.J. Hunsaker, Annie Graham, and my dental assistant, Son Galvin, thank you for covering my back the entire time here. On behalf of my wife, I would like to thank the Fort Owen MADAC leadership, especially Lieutenant Colonel Rivero and Patterson, Aluma, great command team, and thank you to all her patients. You have made her very happy. Just want you to know that my wife really loves her job and we're looking forward to come to clinic every day. My sister and my brother-in-law are here in the front row. Lieutenant Hong Kang, my brother-in-law, was a first lieutenant in the South Vietnamese Army who spent a number of years in education camp in post-communist country. He and my sister have been married for almost 4 decades. They raised 4 beautiful children and 1 beautiful brother. They also have a very successful business. Both my parents are very religious. I remember shortly before I left Vietnam, when my dad told me to come to America to look for my sister. I asked him, how am I going to get there and how am I going to find her? He said, I don't know, just pray and pray really hard. When you find your sister, you'll be okay. My father was right, as usual. I have found my sister and my brother-in-law, and I'm fine. Just want to thank you, both of you, for filling the roles of mom and dad. Last but not least, I want to thank a very special person who always there for me, who put her careers on hold for many years because of mine. If it wasn't for her, I could have a heart attack and die early this year. My wife, best friend, died. Thank God for her. She's like my guardian angel. It is fair to say that marrying her was the smartest things I ever did. Thank you, baby. I love you. Margaret and Albert, wonderful children. Thank you. Colonel Kimura, I envy you. You are coming to a fine organization that have lived up to many challenges and performed flawlessly. You will have great support from the leadership, NTC leadership, as well as your immediate DenTech Carson and the Western Regional Dental Command. We also would like to take this opportunity to formally welcome you, Rhonda, Hannah, Kenji, and Connor to Fort Irwin. Now, last year, we found out that our unit will be downgraded this summer. As you might not know, I was the last clinic commander at YSN Missouri, the last clinic commander in Wiesack, Germany, and now the last dental commander at Fort Irwin. Wonder why no dental unit request me to be their commander. Everybody sing Diana Ross and the Supreme song, Staff in the Name of Love. And unlike being the first, for example, the first female general, first Asian Sergeant Major, you just don't get the recognition you deserve for being the last. Unless you are Native American. There are no movie deal for me. I like to quote one of my favorite singers, Mr. Kenny Rogers. Now, this is not exact quote. He said, if you're gonna play the Game Boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to PCS, and know when to retire. So after close down 3 units, I had decided that it's time for me to fold them and retire. Now, there was quite a few questions from our friend, as well as a patient concerned our downgrade. DenTech downgrade? What do you mean by DenTech downgrade? Are you losing your teeth? Do you have to wear parcel and denture from now on? Are you going to live? We decided to paraphrase Miss Gloria Gaynor and come up with the official final DenTech response entitled, We Will Survive. At first, we was afraid. We were petrified. Kept thinking we could never live without being our own command. But then we spent so many nights thinking how they did us wrong. And we grew strong, only strong. And we learned how to get along. And so we back. Did they think we scrambled? Did they think we just lie down and die? Oh no, not us. We will survive. Oh, as long as we know how to love, we know we stay alive. We got all the holes to fill and all the cavity to drill. We survive. We will survive. Hey. Just like what we say in the South, like y'all coming, let your heart, we are fixing to go to Texas. Then that's it. Sign on the next.
We will now have remarks by the commanders. Lieutenant Colonel Promotional, Todd Kimura.
I'm not going to sing for any of you. I don't think I can top that. But good afternoon, General Farrell, Colonel Doran, Command Sergeant Majors, distinguished guests, Chaplain Fleury, family and friends. Thank you for attending. I'm privileged and honored to have each and every one of you here. Transitioning from Hawaii, I'm acutely aware that no man is an island unto himself. If it wasn't for many special people, I wouldn't be here. And for God above, I wouldn't be here to take this command. Thank you, Colonel Vo, and your wife, Dr. Vo, for the past 4 years of service to this command. I know the Fort Irwin community will miss you greatly, and the Army Dental Corps will miss you greatly too. I'd like to thank my mom for coming out from Hawaii. We'll miss our Tuesday night dinners together, and Connor, who's sleeping, he'll miss them too. Dad, Lola, Aunt Barb, Chris, thanks for making the drive up from San Diego. To the color guard, you do look superb. Thanks for persevering and bringing dignity and patriotism to this ceremony. To the soldiers and officers under my command, thank you for your professionalism that you bring to the volunteer army. Let us never forget why we come to work every day, to be America's leader in warrior-centered oral health. And of course, my wife of 21 years, Rhonda, thanks for being there for me and helping me to raise up our sharp little 3 arrows, Hannah, Kenzie, and Connor. Thanks to your family, Marshall, Irene, Irma, Don, and Faye. Thanks for coming. General Farrell, sir, I look forward to serving the Fort Irwin community as a team player, inspiring trust. I look forward to putting smiles on people's faces. They say the smile is the gateway to a kind and happy heart. And this is what dental should be in the business of doing, helping make smiles better. Serving to heal and honor to serve, sir.